Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the new comics I got in for the week, and there's a lot of variants. DC is killing me on the variants this month. So starting off, we've got issue 18 of Absolute Batman. Looks like we're continuing the Poison Ivy story here. Then with Detective Comics, we've got issue 576. So these are facsimile editions of the Batman Year 2 storyline. So I've got the regular cover here by Todd McFarlane, and then I got the shiny foil variant, which I had to get. And so maybe just a warning, put on your sunglasses now, because there's a lot of foil variants on this episode. Then I got the blank variant cover too. Again, they did just sort of the logo on the red background, like the previous issue, which again I think is kind of cool. It kind of gives an artist something to start with. And, you know, if you don't know, blank covers are sort of like where maybe you can go to a convention and commission an artist to draw a cover for you. Or, you know, if you're an aspiring artist, you could do it yourself. You know, I do see guys, you know, kind of do these and sell them too. So there's always that option. And we've got the Nightwing corner box variant. Again, another shiny foil variant cover. I'm getting a lot of these this month, especially for the Batman tie-in books. So here's the Nightwing, and it's the the corner box art blown up. So let's see if we can get it to focus this time. So it's that art there. It's on the corner box of the regular covers, just kind of big here. And then I got the logo variant too for the same issue of Nightwing. And then moving on, we're getting some of the DC Next Level books coming out now. So this is Batwoman. So I got the A cover here. And then I got this variant cover here by Steven Schulnick, I think. So I wanted to get that. Then we've got the Catwoman logo variant. So yeah, again, not really sure what Catwoman's logo is, but apparently it's 4 claw marks. I immediately thought of Wolverine when I saw this cover, but again, you know, it's 4 claw marks, not 3. So you know it's Catwoman. I don't have the corner box variant. I guess I did not order that. I'm going to have to find that now. So, could have swore I got them all for the Batman books, but I must have missed that one. So now I'm going to have fun online trying to find it. Now, speaking of variant covers this month, this is the one that kind of hit me the hardest. So this is issue 49 of Batman Superman World's Finest. So we're continuing the story here with Ultraman and Owlman. So that's the A cover. Then I got the Nathan Zerdy variant cover with Robin and Supergirl on it. And then I got the corner box variant, of course. And then I got the logo variant. So that's 4 copies of this book I got this month. Then moving on to Superman Unlimited. Got issue 11. And I think there's, you know, this is part of the Reign of the Superboy storyline. And so they're introducing this Tomorrow Man character here. And I wasn't thinking about this, but he is the corner box here. So it's not Superman, and it's not, you know, John, you know, Superboy. It's this Tomorrow Man. And so that is what is on the corner box variant for this issue. So yeah, when I ordered this, I was really expecting Superman. But, you know, we'll read the book, see how it is. But this is definitely what I wanted. So this is the logo variant with just the Superman S. I'm really happy with this one. This is kind of what I was thinking when they were announcing logo variants for these books. So really glad I got this one. Then also from Next Level, we've got Lobo #1. And so this is written by Scotty Young with art by Jorge Corona. And so yeah, I really like Lobo. Just watched Michel Fife's sort of series he did on Keith Giffen's career. So if you check out his YouTube channel, you can find those all on there. It is definitely a deep dive into Keith Giffen's career. I think there's still one more video to go. I don't know if it's up yet or not, but if you're a fan of Keith Giffen, I definitely recommend watching those videos. And again, that's over on Michel Fife's YouTube channel. Then we've got Deathstroke the Terminator. And I didn't realize that when this was solicited that they were calling it Deathstroke the Terminator again. Yeah, that, you know, has kind of been lost since, I think, after the first Deathstroke series. All the previous ones have just been called Deathstroke, so it's interesting to see that they're bringing back the Terminator on here. Let's check see if we can find the indicia on this, see if that's like the actual, like, official name. Trying not to show any spoilers here. Yeah, so they do have it, I don't know if this is going to show up, they do have it listed as Deathstroke the Terminator. So that is the official, name of this book. So that's interesting. And from Vertigo, we've got End of Life #2. Again, this is written by Kyle Starks. Again, I really like the first issue of this sort of screw-up hitman. Another fun thing is I'm going to be going to C2E2, and Kyle Starks is going to be there, it looks like. So hopefully I'll get to meet him, maybe talk to him about this book. Then I got the DC Vertigo preview, which I also got last week. So I have another copy of this now. That's kind of what happens when you order your books weekly. When there's like a promo thing, they're just sending you, you might get it every week for the month. So I'm sure DC wants this going out to everybody, so they want to make sure everybody gets it. So it looks like I've got an extra copy here now. Moving on to Marvel, we've got Amazing Spider-Man #24. And so I got the Lee Bermejo Amazing Visions covers I've been collecting. And the fun thing with this is I didn't realize it apparently combines with the previous issue. So you join these together to make one image. I didn't realize they were doing this. I should have kind of guessed just from the way Spider-Man was kind of cropped off there on the last issue. But yeah, it's kind of nice seeing that. And so this is number 14 of 25. So yeah, again, I talk about this every month, but these are the covers he is doing leading up to Amazing Spider-Man #1000. So trying to get all those. Again, I love Lee Bermejo's art. It's interesting seeing him doing Spider-Man when he usually does like, Batman or Hellblazer, sort of darker characters. So it's kind of interesting to see his take on these characters. Moving on to Image, we've got Geiger #22. And so now we've got the Northerner showing up. The last issue was really interesting, where the Northerner is kind of traveling through time and he goes into the future to meet Geiger. So fingers crossed, we're finally getting to the big crossover story, which is going to tie all the Ghost Machine stuff, or, the unnamed part of Ghost Machine together. So that's Geiger and Junkyard Joe and Redcoat and the Northerner here and everything. So we'll see what they're building towards with that. Then we've got this issue 20 of G.I. Joe. Looks like things are going to be coming to a head here with Optimus Prime and Duke. Again, Duke has been really sort of suspicious of the Transformers, so they're not just going to be buddy-buddy, it looks like. Duke is definitely, wary of these giant robots, and, one of them, Starscream, killed his friend. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Issue 23 of Rat City. I've been on kind of a 90s kick lately, so this is kind of scratching that itch by, having a Spawn book. I saw a lot of the Spawn books were going to be changing creative teams. There's some kind of shakeup with them. I'm not sure if that affects Rat City or not. I've got to go back and check on that. Yeah, I should have been paying attention to that when I saw that. Then also from Kyle Starks, we've got Wrestle Heist #4. I'm really enjoying this book. I think it's 5 issues. I'll have to double check and see. But yeah, this is going to be wrapping up soon, I think. I don't think this is the last issue. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. It's a fun heist with wrestlers, the title kind of says it right there. So yeah, I really want to see where we're going with this, see if they stick the landing on it, because I've really enjoyed it so far. Then from Dark Horse, we've got American Caper #5. And, like I say every time with this book, it's written by Dan Houser and Laszlo of Grand Theft Auto fame. And apparently they're not involved with GTA 6, but I'm hoping this kind of holds me over for a little bit until that game finally comes out. EC, we've got Catacomb of Torment #9. Again, sort of the old school EC horror anthology stuff. I watch Svengoolie on Saturday nights. I don't know if everybody knows what I'm talking about or not, but check it out. And I find, it's one of the few things I watch that still has commercials. So, because it's, technically broadcast TV. So this is a fun thing to read during the commercials on that, I found. So, watch an old school monster movie and reading some, EC style stories in between. Now, these aren't new books here. This is back issues I've picked up recently. Starting off, we've got Magneto #20. So this was the last issue of Cullen Bunn's run on Magneto. And I wasn't buying this when it came out. I sort of discovered this on Marvel Unlimited and really enjoyed it. So I'm just kind of going back and picking up the issues when I find them. But yeah, if you haven't read this, definitely check this out. It's a good time. Then we've got Darth Vader #17. Got this real nice Mark Brooks cover here. Almost looks like he's, sort of channeling Drew Struzan here, who passed away last year. So really cool cover here. and definitely fitting in with Star Wars. Then we've got Star Wars Kanan #6. Again, this was a book I didn't pick up when it was coming out, and some of these issues are pretty pricey now, so I'm just kind of finding these here and there when I can. Got some back issues of Savage Dragon. Again, I kind of collect Savage Dragon in spurts. I'm not getting it right now, but I came across some back issues here. So this is the Obama crossover from back in the day, and we've got sort of the coloring like on the Shepard Fairey Hope print from back then. Then I've got the next issue, Savage Dragon #146. And then I found this She-Dragon one-shot, which I didn't realize they came out with back in the day. So I picked that up, just sort of a Savage Dragon spin-off book. Then from Ultraverse, back in the 90s, we've got The Solution, #1. Again, I was talking about I've been on kind of a 90s kick, so sometimes I'm just picking up random 90s books from back in the day. I think I have another issue of this, but I didn't have the first one, so I thought I might as well pick it up, check it out. Then from CrossGen, we've got Ruse. This was a book I really enjoyed. It's sort of a takeoff of the Sherlock Holmes story. Again, I didn't read hardly any CrossGen, but I've gone back and picked these up. This is a really good book. If you haven't read this and you like Sherlock Holmes, definitely check this out. So yeah, we got issues 15 and 19 here. And Marvel owns CrossGen now, so they came out with some stuff, might have been 10 years ago now or longer, like a little mini-series for some of the books, but like that's been it. So I really wish they would kind of resurrect some of this stuff. They have the rights to it, they're just kind of sitting on it. And then I've got this Archer's Agents #1, so this is a Ruse spin-off book. I'm not really sure what this is about. I assume it's some of the sort of tertiary characters in the book or something like that. But, I really like the book, so I wanted to pick it up. And also from CrossGen, we've got Kiss Kiss Bang Bang #4. This was the last issue I was missing of this series. And it's sort of a takeoff of James Bond. So yeah, if you like James Bond, I would definitely recommend this. Or if you like Velvet, that was another sort of similar book. And, who knows when we're getting another James Bond movie right now with everything going on, so it might be a while. And, I know the video game's coming out soon, but, if you haven't read this, definitely check it out, especially if you want something to kind of scratch that James Bond itch till we get something new. And so that's everything I got. Real variant heavy this week. This whole month kind of will be with these sort of initiatives with the corner boxes and logo covers DC's doing for a lot of the books I pick up. So yeah, that's everything I got this week. Did you get anything good? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter/X @Detective651. Also on Instagram @Detective651. Be sure to check out my t-shirt store at tpublic.com/user/Detective651. I've got a lot of nerdy designs on there, and there's sales all the time, so check it out frequently.